In the Western world, the competition to stay at the top of the global food chain is characterized by a focus on knowledge production. Globalization marches forward, placing pressures on the workforce and on institutions of higher education. Pressures on the workforce include the expectations of international experience and foreign language proficiency, along with increased skill in technology and innovation practices. Industries are looking to institutions of higher education to help them fill this need.
We created our College of Business and Management after collaborating with business leaders. We wanted our curriculum to match market needs.
They are also trying to compete with other institutions and are legitimately concerned with student preparedness. This has led to internationalization. In 2000, the Ford Foundation found that internationalization was a poorly documented phenomenon. Foreign language enrollments were low, international courses were a small part of the curricula, and study abroad remained underutilized. The challenge is, there's no common understanding of internationalization in higher education, and no consensus with respect to its importance, scope, or strategy. So what are universities doing? Broadly, efforts can be boiled down to international study, internationalization of the curriculum, and cross-cultural perspective building. All of these efforts require money, resources, support, investment, administrative infrastructure. The choices and level of investment that universities make vary widely and reflect different stages of internationalization. According to a 2009 study by the International Association of Universities, the top rationales for internationalization are student preparedness, curriculum and quality, profile and reputation, research and knowledge production, and increasing the diversity of students. The motivating factors to internationalize and to what degree depend upon the institution's mission and vision, the identified uses of the university, as Kerr would say. Universities face similar choices in their efforts to internationalize educational experiences and the curriculum. These choices are reflected in a framework called Internationalization FX. They can promote and facilitate first-hand student experience, incorporate international perspectives and courses into the institution to create second-hand student experiences, or they can promote internationalization with limited resources or follow-through, leading to the appearance of internationalization without the actual experience of it, or pseudo-experience. Anyone who has seen movies has likely experienced all three scenarios. Internationalization FX is drawn from the strategies cinematographers use to capture landscapes or complicated scenes on film. Their job is to make the movie watcher believe that they're seeing and experiencing scenes from the selected location. They essentially have three options to choose from to capture the right images. They can travel to the location, the actors can see and feel it for themselves. They can replicate scenes on a movie set. The actors can imagine themselves on location and feel what it might be like to actually be there. Or they can use digital images or matte glass painting techniques that project a realistic-looking landscape onto the film while shooting the actors on a set. The actors would not see these images until the final cut and would have no experience of their creation. The dramatic scenery in Gone with the Wind and King Kong were made possible through this technique, and even in our digital age, some cinematographers still employ these techniques to save money on travel or to be able to completely control the environment. DU, CU Boulder, and the University of Phoenix illustrate various stages of internationalization. DU is highly internationalized compared to other universities. Its academic statement clearly states its mission to internationalize the curriculum and the experiences of students, and strides have been made across campus. The Office of Internationalization provides leadership and support for the campus. 75% of DU students study abroad. This is an impressive figure compared to other universities. DU says it's a fundamental part of academic life. Only 7% of DU students are international, however, this figure is larger than many other universities. Compared to DU, as well as its public not-for-profit peer universities, CU Boulder is limited in its internationalization. Its academic statement does not include any statements reflecting internationalization. The campus does have an Office of International Education, but this reflects the compartmentalization of international studies on the campus. 26% of CU Boulder undergraduate students study abroad at some point. Since 1998, the percentage of undergraduate students who studied abroad has only grown from 21% to 26%. And since 1989, international students as a percentage of the student body has only fluctuated between 3 and 4%. The percentage at most schools is at least double that of CU Boulder. CU recognizes the lack of progress and is addressing it through a strategic plan and by participating in an internationalization laboratory conducted by the American Council on Education. The strategic plan, centered in the Office of International Education, aims to increase enrollment in study abroad programs by 6% a year, and to take the lead and coordinate development of campus-wide recruitment and retention for international scholars. They also hope to partner with other units at CU Boulder to create an internationally aware and engaged campus community. As a private for-profit university, the University of Phoenix relies heavily on marketing to recruit students. The marketing media consistently highlight that the university is global, that students will learn real-world skills for a global economy, and that they will interact with students and faculty from other cultures. Even its slogan includes the word global. 0% of students study abroad through the university, and students are not encouraged to acquire international experience. It operates a global division office to serve international students. The services are those of an admissions office, not of an internationalization or international education office. The university does have a large reach, operating in 42 states, Canada, Dubai, Mexico, and the Netherlands, but the actual numbers make the extent of their internationalization difficult to believe. As of August 2009, 443,000 students were enrolled at the University of Phoenix, 10,000 of which were international. That's only 2% of the student body. The implication is that a student can earn a University of Phoenix Bachelor of Science in Business with a concentration in global business management without ever experiencing a global context or interacting with international students. The University of Phoenix is not the only higher education institution allowing this to happen. In general, universities have yet to ensure an alignment between what is espoused, what is enacted, and what students experience and learn. Without devoting sufficient time and resources to internationalization, they will continue to experience financial concerns for first-hand experience programs. First-hand experiences in another culture are the most impactful for students to truly internalize the attitudes and behaviors that will help them interact effectively in international settings and with people from different cultures. However, increasing participation in international study programs will require improved access to funding and a diversity of options made available. Second-hand experiences provide students with a broad view of international issues. Curriculum on languages, cultures, and histories are excellent primers for first-hand experiences. In the absence of resources to spend time in other cultures, first-hand experiences at the institution or second-hand experiences through international curriculum can, at a minimum, foster awareness and openness to cross-cultural interactions, but these experiences must be actively fostered to be effective. Institutions of higher education engaging in pseudo-experience provide a great disservice to unsuspecting students. Robin Williams discusses the same kind of disconnect between knowledge and experience that can occur for students in Good Will Hunting.
Michelangelo. I know a lot about him. Life's work, political aspirations, him and the Pope, sexual orientation, the whole works, right? I bet you can't tell me what it smells like in the Sistine Chapel. You never actually stood there and looked up at that beautiful ceiling.
Pseudo-experience may lead students to believe they have greater understanding than they do, which could contribute to cultural misunderstandings. As internationalization evolves and grows in higher education, a number of concerns will need to be addressed. Among them, quality assurance, control, technology, funding, and anti-globalization concerns. Some questions to consider. Higher education institutions must intentionally craft their efforts to promote recognition of and respect for differences in traditions. Efforts and experience, especially first-hand experience, must be proactive, purposeful, integrated, and accessible to be successful. By not participating in internationalization or passively participating, universities allow the colonizing tendencies of globalization to march forward unchecked. Passive participation will lead to unintentional promotion of Westernization through the marketization of Western knowledge. Education will become simply one more product to sell on the global market.
You don't have to put on that red light. Walk the streets for money. You don't care if it's wrong or if it is right.